And all right, we're good on Facebook. So you want to check there real quick? Okay, I can hear myself. Yeah, I sound loud and clear, so we're good. We're golden, and we're golden. We're also live on YouTube, and like always, um, Twitch is catching up. I don't. I think I cannot hear you, but that's my fault. Hold on, I'll fix it. Let me bring you up on the call. I forgot that this particular setting did not have. Uh, okay, it did not have. Um, say something. Say something. No, it's not. It's not picking it up. Hold on. I can't remember anything. Hold on. Okay, say something just to make sure that I can hear you. I think that I broke it. I think that I broke it. All right, we'll get started, boys. Just I forgot this setup that I was using did not have Discord enabled, so I need to bring Charlie on the call. It won't take long. Let me just get it up to speed. Okay, there you go. There you go. I think I can hear you. I don't know if people hears you. Say something.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah. Actually heard you on the background too. So of your, I think we can. I think
Oh
people can
yeah,
hear you now.
I could see me. I could see my subtitles on the phone, so they could definitely hear me.
All right, there you go. All right. Okay, so welcome everybody because we're live everywhere now.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So yeah,
yeah,
welcome all. Welcome to Revo Robot. We're here on Shinke Day's gameplay of course, of the medium, which I've been playing a bit of. It's very exciting. So, and actually, Shinke is going to actually start the game off, story, everything, a fresh gameplay. So it's going to be pretty cool, pretty exciting. So you guys check it out.
yeah. Welcome to the Chillstream. I'm just gonna put up the sound of the game a little bit more because I cannot
Yeah.
hear it and you guys cannot hear it. Um, if I cannot hear it, you guys cannot hear it either. So there you go. You should see you should hear like a little like sea in the background, like lips and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome. All right, so we're going to go through this game. They say it takes in between 4 to 6 hours to beat, so I think we might be able to beat it. So unless I get really tired, I might just like leave it
Uh,
on the side.
the the game has very weird timing because of course you saw the video that I put up, a quick first impressions. Now, um, in almost in the middle of the game, I'm not going to spoil it because I mean it's just, that'd be a shitty thing to do, but the game takes a really dark turn and it shows another type of gameplay and it kind of sucks you in, dude. So that's all I'm gonna say. So because like the first few hours, it's not boring, but it gets you up to speed, but it takes a real dark turn and you're like, oh, okay. So maybe when you start getting tired, you're gonna hit that point and you'll be like, oh shoot, I gotta play through this. You know what I mean?
How far do you get though? How much do you play?
How much have I played? I gotta say maybe a good 4 hours.
Okay, yeah, you should be. You're almost done.
Yeah, because
It,
it gets good.
based on the previous game by these guys, I kind of know what to expect because that's how they're most around it.
What game
That's
did
how
they
they
make
do
again?
stuff. Both Layers of Fear, the Blair Witch Project, and Sender. I think you did play Layers of Fear. I haven't
So I did.
played. I did start it. I did not like it much. Now
Yeah,
this is something just to keep in mind, because just to like keep my devices clean.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Something that I did, and I mention this every time that we stream one of these games. I do not like walking simulators. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I just like period. Don't like games without mechanics. So it's the
Layers of
same.
Fear
This
is like a puzzle, like a scary puzzle game. Is what it is. Layers of Fear. That's why it's all right.
Yeah, and that's where I was going next. With observe the Layers of Fear is it has puzzle elements and stuff. The still is
Yeah.
too there is too like low like involvement from the player and my on my opinion. So still it was boring for me, so I did not finish
Yeah.
it.
No, it's not.
Observer, the thing with Observer, because I did like that game a lot, and that's something that I mentioned in my stream. The thing with Observer is
It's good.
first
Observer's
um
good.
yeah, but first the acting by Howard Rutger and also
Rutger Hauer.
yeah, and also the cyberpunk setting kind of pulled me in, and it had enough cool mechanics and like
Yeah. Yeah.
mostly related to the whole cyberpunk thing that made me like kind of like it. So
Mhm.
this game, I know this game has more mechanics. I haven't played the Blair Witch. To be honest, I haven't played that one.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Don't. It's bad. It's
Uh,
really bad. Don't play it. You're
all
gonna
right,
be pissed off. You're gonna. I mean, you can do it anyways, but I just warned you.
all right. Nah, I won't. I won't. It's a walking simulator. That and visual novels are just some type of game. The two type of games that I don't. The only close thing to a visual novel that I like is Persona, and that's it. But there you go. Anyways, so let's get started. I already launched the game earlier just to test performance and stuff, and just to do some settings. And I know you were looking forward to see how the game will look on PC, and I have bad news. There's a lot of reports of a poor PC port. The game has a lot of performance issues. Graphics, you can crank them up above the Xbox settings, and if you aim for the game to run at 30 frames per second, it will look
Hmm.
fine. It will look better than the Xbox, and it will just drop no frames at all on PC. But if you aim it for 60 frames per second, or even resolutions above 1080p, even the big new GPUs like a 3080 RTX 3080 cannot handle it.
Oh,
It seems that the Bluebird team did a very poor deal of optimization. So
yeah.
I tried to spice up the graphics a little bit. I am
Uh huh.
trying to play at 60 frames per second because I do prefer frame rate over resolution. So I'm playing at 1080. I'm not playing at 1440 or 4K, which won't make a difference though because you guys are watching on a 1080p stream anyways. So you won't see
Right.
that you won't see the difference. And but I cranked up everything else, all the relevant settings, and I am using like RTX, like ray tracing effects that are not available on console. So at least you might be able to see that. And let's hope
Okay.
um,
At least. At
you,
least.
you can see a little bit of a difference. And I just walked through the first area of the game, so I really don't. I didn't see much, but well, I wasn't that impressed. It looked like I don't know, but it was just the first area. So. All right,
Oh,
so
you,
I'm
yeah.
going.
Yeah. I know
Uh,
exactly what you're talking about.
any thoughts before we get started?
Any thoughts? Yeah. Just plow through it until it gets good. Otherwise, you're gonna think it's a boring game, but it's not. It gets more interesting. That's all.
All right, all right, got it. All right, and I have nothing against the developers. I'm rooting for these guys because I really want them to
Sure.
someday pick up the mantle left by other developers. But oh shit, what happened? Oh, the game crashed. Hold on, I'm gonna put up the
Okay. Okay.
cam.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, you saw my waifu. Hold on, the
Oh,
game
I see.
crashed.
I see her.
There you go, the kitty cat. Hold on. That's embarrassing.
There we go. Nah, that wasn't bad, dude. She wasn't naked or anything.
Oh no, 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 of course not. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the game just like crashing when I
Oh,
started it. Okay,
sorry.
I'm gonna try to launch it before I take the cat off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's another thing. Like that's another thing that I needed to mention. Something that I heard on the forums and stuff is that these type of issues. So the game on PC, the PC port is really poor. So it does seem that they focus a lot on the Xbox version.
Yes.
So they left the PC for like a secondary. Also, I am playing on an SSD because well, the developers they were like touting that you must play on an SSD. If not, the game
Yes.
would not work or whatnot. Okay, it is working.
Oh,
Have fun.
yes. That is true, I think.
All right. But I do want to play it. I kind of wonder what happens if I play it on a mechanical drive. So I might do that outside the stream.
Okay.
I will move it to a mechanical drive and play it there and just see like how it plays there. And now for everybody who's on there you go. For everybody who's on Twitch,
It
remember
all
that if you
starts
chat,
with a
I
dead
will be
girl.
able to hear your chat, see your chat and stream.
Checking the stream on my phone. So far, I see the waiting screen. Okay.
Okay, and I think the cinematic is pre-rendered, so it doesn't have any flare. One thing though, I did
Oh,
I added some not post processing, but if you have an NVIDIA card, you can
oh,
do
cool.
some sort of special rendering that will
Okay.
make the game look a little bit different. So you might see things look different. I put up a sharpening render. Like this is
This cinematic, you won't see anything. It's a pre-processed cinematic, so you won't see any difference here. Wait till the real game starts. Oh, you probably know that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ever since I was little, I've had this dream. It's the end of summer.
What
Girl
something that I gotta
running
mention right away is that the main character looks very forgettable
scent
and
of
sounds
blood.
very forgettable.
And then
I think she's lacking a little
the
bit of
guy killed
personality. Which, to be fair, that was what my main criticism with Observer also. The
Girl
main
smells
character was
illegal.
good.
The blood on my cheek.
You look like Rutger Hauer.
Cold sweat.
Yeah, yeah, of course,
Yeah.
it was.
I'd
But
managed to
everybody
convince
else
myself it really happened.
sounded and played like it sounded like and acting like shit. So, and then that's something that I see that you can check on my stream of that. I
She
complain about
reminds
that a
me.
lot.
She reminds me of the new Lara Croft,
That
kind
wasn't
of
the
a
only part.
little bit. I don't know why you get that.
Well,
She doesn't act. She doesn't act like Lara Croft at all. The new Lara Croft.
No wonder people
Oh,
used
yeah.
to think I was strange.
Yeah, but I mean, of course they don't have the same personality, but she kind of reminds me of the look
If
of
they
Lara Croft.
only
Lara.
knew.
and right now it's actually looking really bad. I don't know if I know that's a render
That day
cinematic,
when the phone
so that's why
rang,
I'm not scared. But it looks really framey,
Blood
like if
is
it was
dead
run
in
like
my
at 15 frames per second. I did not watch the
the
cinematic
day
before. I
when
just
went
skipped
home
it.
to
But
Okay.
this part is rendering engine. It's not cinematic.
dress him up for his
Yeah,
last
this.
journey.
You wait till you're about to hit it right.
Put him in a suit, fix his tie. Simple. Just the things he did every day.
And the thing is, if you have HDR, there's a lot of darkness in this game.
looking
If
through
you do
his
have like
stuff wasn't
HDR
easy.
setting, it'll shine through this game. I think.
I needed a moment to pull myself together.
Yeah, and are you able to hear the video sound, the game sound from the stream?
Yeah, of course.
And sorry to ask this, guys, but like always, sound has been
I was
freaking
almost
I
Oh,
think
ready.
sounds is
I
hard. The
just had to
hardest
find
thing.
his special tie clip.
okay. Like right now, it's supposed to. In fact, let's check. Let's see if it's right. It is 59 is, oh, never mind. It is not. It should not be running like this. So just check some settings.
What is it running at?
It's run at like 37. It shouldn't. So let me check what was. The problem is that these games, that's what.
It's locked, isn't it?
No, it is not locked because actually I can run at 60. So let me show you. If I turn off the, oh, but you won't even be able to see it. I can see it because that I'm playing, right? But hold on. This is PC gaming for you guys. So I made a lot of changes here. Things like this, like for example, actually somebody mentioned that this did not need changing. Texture quality medium. So quality low. Okay, this does make a difference. So I left that on effects. So I'm just gonna like crank it down a little bit.
Okay.
Some of these effects are still leveraged by the RTX anyways. Oh, I know why it's not working. Never mind. I already know why it's not working. It's because I do not have the computer that I'm playing on. I don't have it connected to the internet, and for the DLSS to work, you need to be connected to the internet. If not, you cannot use the
Okay.
technology. That's something little people know about actually. Now you guys know. You have the power.
You got the power. The power.
Yeah, yeah, guys, you got the power. This is something that not many people know. But yeah, for the DLS, I'm actually wonder how it's going to perform once I get the like the split screen sections, because I know like that's been killing computers' performances. And I mean, you don't have to worry about spoiling things for me. Just spoiling things for the viewers because they might actually not know. I don't care about spoilers. All right. I'm actually just put it at 30 frames per second. I hate playing games on my PC at 30 frames per second, but if the DLSS is not gonna work,
Yeah.
it's not. I cannot
Nice
play
to
it
see
at
you
like that.
too.
So I might just put it on 4K, crank it up to 4K.
Yeah, the
Excellent.
split screen sections that you were talking about earlier.
It's like he never.
I don't know if it's gonna, how do you say, slower your gameplay, because when I play here, there's no
I used
slowness
to think
on the,
I'd
what's it
never
called, on
fit
the
in.
split screens, and plus there's
Jack.
no like fast
He
heavy
didn't mind
action
my
where it does
weirdness.
screen tearing or anything like
He
that.
kept telling me I was special.
It's bothering. I'm gonna leave the. But you can't see because of the low. I'm gonna leave the FPS count just for a little bit.
Okay.
Right now it's running at 53, but I think that you cannot see it because I got the logo superimposed. But
Dude, you should do like a digital foundry of all the.
nah, I can't. I don't have.
I
I don't
know,
probably not the expertise, but the time, dude.
I know,
Jack
dude. They're
was
very,
part of the
very accurate
solidarity
and stuff, so
movement.
it's pretty cool. But
He spent a
They
few
have
years in
some
an
crazy
internment
shit.
camp,
Like
but even that
the
didn't
the way they do
stand.
the pixel counting and stuff. That's like some.
oh my
That's a lot of
God.
work. And they have like specialized software to measure frame rate and stuff. Things that I don't. I don't
Yeah,
even
but
know where to start looking.
I know, me neither.
I actually once I asked another guy, another
Come
YouTuber that
on,
does the
Jack,
same.
where'd
It's
you put
called
it?
Sanex Gamer. He's actually very known in the community. I asked him like what software he uses to for frame rate analysis, and he was like, dude, I brought it myself. This is not something that you can just pick up. Like, oh, wow.
Cool thing though. I figured it'd be a cool project because I would like to know myself, and it wouldn't be boring to me. If I had all the tools, I'd love to do it.
Yeah, the thing actually that you need, the most important thing that you need is the ability to capture like raw images without. Because for example, like if you capture video the way we do it, that introduces some sort of compression stuff, and
Jack was a
that
humble,
will already mess
religious man. He ran a funeral
with the
home. I'd
measurements.
help out whenever I could.
So like right now,
It
what is
felt
shown on
good
the
to be
screen is very
useful.
accurate because that's what my graphics card is doing right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's that's how we know it's accurate. But with if you like, for example, like record a video and then like run it through software to analyze all shit, the video feed, and it's already compressed, it will not give you accurate data. So you have to have like some very expensive equipment to be able to capture video stuff. That's how they do it on the program. They have like this capture card that's like almost $100,000.
Yeah.
Weird to
Oh
go
yeah.
back to
I
my
mean, they
old
need stuff
room.
like that.
Okay, this
So
room
many memories.
has actually, yeah, I think we're cool. This room is actually very heavy on performance because this room has ray trace shadows and ray trace reflections and lights.
Looks
and all
good,
that.
actually. Looks good, actually.
For example, those reflections are ray traced, and that is because I think they're overlapping with the SSR. So I'm not doing that. The SSR. Oh, I turned off the ray tracing. Never mind. Hold on. Okay, then it's gonna look like shit. Probably not in your end because it's at 30 frames on your stream. No, it actually looks really bad. It just went down. Oh, let me show you. I'm just doing this because you wanted to see the performance on PC. Right now it's running at 22 frames per second.
I can see it. It's very stuttery.
Yeah. So that's because I cannot use DLSS if I'm offline. But I think I might be able to fix that. Five. And the stuff 7.
Like you could do this, dude, through the computer, through the Game Pass thing. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
This would be a game that I wouldn't buy.
Not all of them had my
Yeah.
Actually, for Observer, for example, I played it because I got it free on GOG.com, and I got it free on Epic Games too. So that's why I played it. It looks really bad, so I might need to turn up the hold on. Let me just put it down. See that if I can hit 30, I'm gonna leave it like that, and I'm gonna leave the ray tracing on. No, it is 21. But yeah, but this room is like the worst of the worst because it has like reflections and like that. Like, see the line? That's ray traced.
Cool. It looks cool, but man, it's taxing.
And yeah, and then like for example, the light. Do you see like how the light changed from what I had it before? And once I get to the split screen sections, it's not possible. And the thing is, my computer should be able to handle it really well, but as I mentioned, not even like newer computers can handle it because it's, if you see, for example, the stats right here, my CPU only has like 15% utilization, and the GPU is at 100%. That means that my computer is or the game is bottlenecked by the CPU. You don't want to see that. You want to see them like even. You want to see like 60, 100, 70, 100. So yeah, the CPU is bottleneck. But even before, when I did my test run with the DLSS working, it was like that. So that's for optimization. So I'm gonna crank up just the regular things for the stream because I really don't care about anything else. I just wanted to show Charlie how it looked with effects on.
Yeah.
But I'd rather play with normal settings.
Wait till you hit like the weird spirit world on full screen with all this little dynamics. It's gonna look legit. It's gonna really look cool.
Yeah, and
I used to
And
have
I'll
the same
figure.
one.
I actually know it's going to.
Don't know why. Really.
And actually, that's an issue that I also
Guess
had an
they just
observer.
used to make me happy.
Mhm.
Jack
There were
did it
some
well.
sections that I was getting really
why there's
poor
so many of them
performance for
here.
no reason. So it is not unique. It is not unique to it's not unique to this game. It just has really poor performance. So that's one of the reasons why I want these guys to like grow, because I think they could make it with better tech or more people working on programming. Because, for example, I can tell you right away, this game is not it's not more advanced than Cyberpunk 2077. I can crank up all the ray tracing effects and everything and play it at 60 frames per second.
Dude, I told you this game looks like last gen. They could run on Xbox One.
But yeah, exactly.
It looks like it. But like we talked about this before. I mean, it could be like the pre-processing of doing the dual split screen on different.
Nourishing.
I don't know.
All right, so now you were asking me last night before the stream went off, what
Yeah.
if
There
I
you
was
go. What's your face?
impressed by anything that came out
Glad to see you're still kicking around.
so far on the new gen systems.
Oh, on the next gen consoles or like, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a tricky question to ask because, as I mentioned, I've been playing with like next gen settings for a while. For example, like I could tell you yes if I take into account games that I played on 2019. For example, Control.
Okay.
That game, and based on what the Control people has said, it will look better on PC than it's gonna look on consoles. So that game actually, and I did show you that when you came over.
Yeah.
That game actually was very mind blowing. I haven't even played on consoles, so I don't even know how it's gonna look in consoles. But yeah, that game was impressive,
Can't believe
and that game
it's
did
still here.
feel next gen because of all the
Jack.
cool ray tracing implementations, stuff like that, and because the game itself looks very beautiful.
Actually, on February 2nd, they're going to release the ray traced control, which I could probably I'll stream that then, the ray trace on the Xbox Series X.
It is actually coming free on PlayStation too.
Yeah. What's it called? The Game Station.
PlayStation
Oh,
and
yeah,
PS
PS
Plus.
Yeah, PS Plus.
Okay, so I'm supposed to do something quick. Let me get a photo for fast. I need the photo first. Start. I think this is about right.
I guess I forgot about this one. I can do it now.
Okay, so I should be this and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just let me know if I got it wrong. 3 seconds.
Oh yes.
Two.
Put the
3.
It's easy. Yeah, it's put the paper. You get the you already had the paper, right? Put it under the machine first, or did you ever put it in the machine?
Yeah, and I think I already got it.
Yeah, just count 3 seconds on all the waters. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000.
Too soon.
Because you're gonna need to do this
It
again
needs to stay
eventually.
in longer.
Okay, that didn't work, huh? So I need to pick up one new one, or I can just try this one again.
Just try that one again. It's fine.
Okay.
Here's the last photo I took of you,
Oh.
Jack.
What a difference.
Shit.
So, and now that's if I play coy with that with answer to that question. But if we're talking expressively of the PS5 and Xbox One, I can say no. I am not mind blown or like taken aback by anything that I seen, but I was already expecting it. I mean, it is not. I don't feel underwhelmed or I don't feel disappointed because I already knew it was going to be like this. I already knew. We already reached to a point that we are getting diminishing returns. That's the term everybody's been using. More
Yeah.
like we have already plateaued when it comes to graphics. So right now, the differences that we'll see are gonna be like more subtle and less perceivable. Like for example, you'll see a difference once you see a game that releases 3 4 years from now, to like for example, Miles Morales or like not this game. This game already looks old, but if you see like a game like even Cyberpunk, if you like compare games from the release windows of the PS5 to like games from 4 years from now, you will be able to pinpoint the differences. But even you might still think that those games could play on the PS4, which is not true. Um, and actually, these games are really good, really good proof of that. But I was already expecting that. I already said that. I already said that we already got to a point that
Interesting.
it won't make much difference, and people was going to get disappointed. But when it comes to the experience, like to handling the control, like experience, like using the PlayStation 5 on a day to day basis and stuff,
Yeah.
I am pretty happy. Just for the fact, just Demon Souls, for example, Demon Souls looks really great. It does looks next gen. It looks like a game that would have uh, feel it would have felt less ambitious if it came out on PS4.
We
And I don't
moved
see that game
unseen
as
from
is running
Jack's
on
funeral home.
PS4, like with the level
It
of performance and
wasn't as
stuff.
weird as it sounds.
So it is like a
If it
little bit
wasn't
of
for
both.
that,
I am
I may
I am
never have learned to
satisfied
use my
and I
powers.
am happy with the console. I'm happy with the games that I've played so far. But I am not. I was already expecting that the jump was not going to be that big.
And it's just quality of life of a gamer that I see a lot of. We talked about this before. The quality of life, the speed, the loading times, and the tools and the cost.
The thing is, and you're gonna see, is there any way that you can run?
Not yet, not yet. You will though eventually.
Um, you will see more changes as the generation goes on. Especially when it comes to things like the game, the way games are made, like the game design philosophy of games are going to change. You're gonna see a lot of changes as the PS4 and the Xbox One are phased out. Like for example, I can like the next Grand Theft Auto, for example,
Jack
this environment they
talked to
lifted up
insects like
directly from
exhibition.
Web's Observer.
Of all my
I'm
foster
sorry, I'm sorry, I
parents,
just jumped to that.
he
But
was the
this
only
like they
one
just
who
lift
saw
up
as a
the building and
gift
everything from
and not a
Observer.
curse.
Literally, they
Really?
just like imported the models. Kind of. But but yeah, like you'll see even like games like for example like Ratchet and Clank will be a good example. Although it will be just a little taste of how games are going to be in 2 years from now. But like as the old consoles start phasing out, even this game, if it does what the developers say it does, these are the type of things that we're going to start seeing. Like we're going to start seeing a paradigm shift when it comes to how games are made and how games are played. Because loading times, just the fact that just loading times and the ability to like cache and get access fast, that's gonna change a lot of how developers make games or like
That's
mechanics and stuff.
true. Like how you seemingly can be from one room or one world to another. I
Mhm.
noticed that on Miles Morales, there's one part where like you're. Remember when you saved the cat? The cat called Spider Man. Did you do that
Yeah,
mission?
yeah,
Yeah. Like you're fighting the enemies in the building
Jack's in the
or
prep
whatnot.
room.
You save the cat, and all of a sudden you jump through a duct, through a pipe to the open world, seamlessly with no loading time. Boom! There was like no stutter or anything. That was
yeah.
cool. I noticed that right off the bat. I'm like, oh damn, you know. And like you said, the Ratchet and Clank, how you could go from one dimension, other dimension, other dimension, like without any loading time. It's like, so I see what you're talking about.
I can give you an example of it completely opposite. On Final Fantasy VII Remake, like how many crawling sections and like
Oh yeah,
squeezing through sections and like
that's the oldest trick in the book. Yes, yes, you're right.
the way how the game is segmented and why the game is like so like not linear, but like how the game is segmented is because of that. It's because the old consoles just cannot
I see what you're talking about. Because you know
pull
what?
things fast.
The first time I've noticed that technique is with Batman Arkham Asylum when you got to go through every freaking duck throughout the whole
Mhm.
Arkham thing,
Yeah.
and they explained it because of the loading time. They
Yeah.
wanted to do it seamlessly, and also the doors that take your supposedly your DNA facial recognition. It's not that. It's just the game is loading.
And,
So
and for example, it is frustrating. It is frustrating on in games like I was playing. I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The fucking game
oh
sucks,
yeah,
by the way. Fucking game
you hate
sucks.
that game. The game
I
is long, dude. The game is really long.
the problem with that game. Okay, I don't hate it that much because there are things about the game that I liked a lot. The Viking setting, for example, was really lovely, and I liked some of the characters and some of the quests were really good. But the combat feels garbage.
Mhm.
And the thing is that game is overbloated. It's like all the things that I hated from Odyssey, but like worse. And the thing is, I played this. This is like what made me like realize how sad that game is. I played 124 hours of Cyberpunk 2077, and I didn't even feel like it. I felt like I played a couple weekends and I
Ah,
was done with it. So I'm like, dude,
yeah,
this, and I
you're into
enjoyed
it.
the game a lot. I
Yeah,
enjoyed the
you're
game
into
a lot.
it.
I love the game. But like Valhalla, I played it for like 140 some hours, and I felt that I played it for like 6 months. At the end, I was begging for the game to end. I was like, dude, please just end, just finish, and the game just wouldn't
Game
finish.
long.
And it was a
I mean,
fucking slog. It was a fucking slog, man.
I like it, and the combat. Actually, I like the combat. I don't. The only thing I don't like about it is that the what's it called? Like the death single moves are all the same. So when you
Mm.
kill someone, it feels very repetitive the way you would do that one hit kill, which I understand. But
And
the game itself, it's cool. I mean, it is fucking long. Dude.
and the thing is that you mentioned with the combat propagates throughout the whole game. Like for example, I just get going into a new section. It's just like it just populates with a bunch of shit that and you're like, dude, you waste a lot of. And the thing is, like for example, I got OCD, so like I can leave like collectibles behind. That's why I don't like 3D platformers and collectathons
Oh my god! Don't tell me
because
you went to every shiny spot on the map. Did you
I
do that?
did. I did. Yeah,
Oh
I did.
hell no!
I did.
I skipped through all that. I'm not gonna get every shiny thing. And the armor, I don't care because I'm good at parrying and dodging. So my armor was like whack the whole time because I didn't care. But no, I'm not gonna go. That seems so tedious. So I can see why you hate it. I didn't get everything on the map. Screw that. Dude.
But
That's just a fluff. That's just yeah fillers.
but the thing is, I did it because if I wouldn't do it, I feel anxious. I got OCD that I cannot. Like one of the mechanics that I understand what exists, and I'm glad that exists rather than not. Like when you have new things on your inventory, you get like the little mark telling you that you have something new.
Oh, the
That thing like
exclamation mark.
makes me physically anxious. It makes me physically ill.
Oh
And
man,
and,
dude, I care less, dude.
and I think I told you. Actually, I think you've seen
Yeah,
that in action. You've seen that
yeah,
I get physically anxious. I cannot leave those things behind. So I think that every time that I went to a new part of the map on Valhalla, everything opened up and it was like, God fucking them, because I knew it was gonna take me like 5 hours just to get through a section of the game. So I just want to be done with the story, but I couldn't.
so that's why you hated it, dude. Yeah, no, I blew.
Yeah, yeah,
I
in
blew
big part, in big part,
through
that's
it.
what I hated. But like
Yeah.
for example, there were some brilliant things, and I don't care, so I'm gonna spoil it. If you haven't played it, guys, it's your fault, not mine. The game's been out for like 2 months already. It's also even in discount already. It's on the discount bin. The sections when you play as Odin have you got it that far? Because I might spoil it for you.
You mean for what's it called when you're in? Because I got to Jotunheim.
Yeah. Those sections. That
Yeah, yeah.
if they made the game only that part, that would have been perfect. Like if the game was only
Yeah,
that thing, it would have been perfect.
Like everything outside that, it was garbage, man. It was garbage.
But
But
there's one part. Did you play like the island? You have to ship off for 3 weeks to get to that island, to some sort of weird island.
yeah,
Did you play that?
yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
that? Is that the Apple of Eden? Are they like going all the way back to the freaking like where that thing was under the church in the Ezio arc?
I don't think it's that one, but yeah, it is an Apple of Eden. That's actually Finland. Finland is America. That's when they came to America.
That's
Like
what it was.
remember there was this part where they were like, oh, how did Abel get here? Whatever. They
Yeah,
were wondering.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah.
because like somewhere down the line, I guess probably in the DLCs or something, they're going to like have Abel coming back to Finland and exploring the whatever place. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
not, and it is an Apple of Eden.
So it's like a retcon. They retcon that. Like, oh, he was here since the beginning. He touched the Apple of Eden.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, wait a second, and then I was gonna investigate on it, but yeah, I forgot.
I got your special clip.
That was funny.
No.
Oh, you see the dead person,
Uh,
the dead dude. This I don't know how far back how delayed my comments are to the video, but in a second you're gonna see what she does and what she could do, and it kind of
wouldn't have it
incorporates
any
what you're
other
gonna do
way.
throughout the whole haunted hotel.
I'm actually more focused. And that's probably you guys are seeing me playing more slow. But I'm right now more focused on the conversation that the actual game. I'm
Yeah, I
just,
know. Yeah.
and autopilot right now. So that's why you might see me, guys, and whoever is watching, you might see me like
guess
I'm
I
like
didn't know
slow
what
and
to
don't and I'm not paying attention because literally I'm not
Things
paying
get
attention.
personal. It
I'm more focused on the conversation because it's an interesting
burns
conversation.
you from the inside.
Having a passionate conversation about Valhalla.
Okay. Yeah, because I want to get to a point
Guess
there.
you're ready.
Anyways, I still would recommend it just because of the Asgard sections. The Asgard section were prime. I actually would like if they made a game that is like around 15 hours long that is only the Asgard and the mythology of Asgard. That was badass.
Do you
Which
remember
is
the
what
part where where you start on Odin's chair and you jump, you do
Yeah, yeah.
and you jump into the pool?
Yeah.
And that part reminded me of God of War when you're jumping from your throne. It's like it looks that part actually looks pretty cool.
Yeah. And anyways, my point is
People read.
because I go and before I turn
Signs of-
more shade to Valhalla, which I'm gonna do. But my point is, Ubisoft, for example, hasn't, and this is not Ubisoft. I totally understand. I don't shit them for this because it's a huge undertaking. It takes a lot of money. Most likely they are doing it already now. But their engines are not optimized for this type of architectures, for like SSD gaming and super fast loading and shit like that. And this is something that you see that when you compare Spider-Man Miles Morales in Dark Souls against Valhalla or like or Watch Dogs Legion, that you still get like loading screen. Even loading takes more than 7 seconds, which is completely is completely laughable because it is not necessary. But it's because those games are optimized for, or those engines are optimized for PlayStation 4, Xbox, and like mechanical drive PCs and stuff like that. So once those consoles are phased out, because that's one of the reasons why I'm excited actually for Beyond Good and Evil 2, because they haven't shown anything, but I'm pretty sure they are shifting that game towards like new generation engines, and you will see like for example, all your loading screen would be like if you want to do like fast travel, for example, you just like do like a little zoom in and then zoom out and get to like whatever you want to go on the map. Kind of like similar to how they did it on Grand Theft Auto 3, but without all the trickery on the background, without all the trickery on the background, and more real time and more procedurally made. But I think like for example, loading screens on those games make no sense, but those games or those engines are optimized for all generation systems. So once those systems are phased out, or like more games are shifting towards new technology, we're gonna see like even more impressive things, like more things like what we saw on Miles, that you jump from the game to like starting playing like 5 seconds.
So seamlessly, it's so awesome. Because
Exact-
you don't know you don't notice how much a loading screen breaks the rhythm of a game. You don't know how much until it doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. For example, one thing how they do it in Demon Souls, that's perfect. You can only have like
Oh,
the fog like going for like a second or two, and then you're playing.
double. And it feels weird going back to the PS4. It even feels so weird going back to the PS3. Oh my god, dude, the loading game on the PS3. I can't believe we went
What
through
the
that.
hell?
Dude. I
Dude,
tried to play NBA Jam and Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean, oh my god, dude, it was ridiculous. It was like we wasted a lot of time on those.
and remember, PS3 sometimes in some games, and by some games I mean the vast majority they run of the Blu-ray disc. So
Yeah,
it's even
It's even
worse.
worse too.
and see that's more taxing on the drive, on the lens. It's way more taxing, way more wear and tear.
I was playing Watch Dogs 2, and that's my second point of criticism towards Valhalla, because Watch Dogs 2 is such an enjoyable game. I was like, oh man, because I started playing Watch Dogs Legion, and it doesn't suck. The game doesn't suck. It just feel like very middle of the road.
And
Yeah.
then it happened.
It is good.
Well,
As it did
I
so
haven't
many
beat it. I
times
played a little bit of it, and I'm like,
just when I
I'll
thought
get
my
back
day
at it
couldn't
later.
get any
Sorry.
worse.
I'm having fun with it, but it's not like mind blowing or anything like that. It's very middle of the road. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. So far, my computer hasn't crashed besides that first crash. So this is what I want to see. I'm gonna put up the rendering stats just to be sure like how bad it is.
Here's your processing power.
Are you?
Here's your
Yes.
digital foundry moment.
It is pretty much right now run at terms. So I think we're cool.
This part's cool, like what she could do. I mean, like, you know, what she could see, what she's capable of. It's kind of
Now, you didn't happen to see my notebook.
Actually kind of makes sense on the context of the game, like how like people that can speak to people who are dead.
yeah, like they don't kind of know what's going on. They think they're still living. So you
Mhm.
kind of and she like guides them to the I don't want to say heavens, but for their spirit to actually
Oh,
rest.
no.
That's what she could do.
I've got so much work, my dear.
It's okay,
know.
Because I think that's what creates ghosts. You know, like if they're stuck here, they think they're still alive, but they're not. So they're kind of like in limbo. So they're kind of screwing around with with the real world in a way.
What's wrong, dear?
I guess. I mean, I'm not
Why
a
is it so cold in here?
I do not believe in ghosts and stuff. So, but like going through like the things that some people believe, that's pretty much like how it works. Like for example, in Japanese culture, they have strong beliefs in ghosts and stuff. Because their deities and stuff are based on ghosts, and not only people have ghosts, but like or spirits, but like things like that's why you have in Japan you have like the god of lamppost and shit like that, because like every object has like something a spirit that is protecting it. But like if you grow attachment to something that like kind of like anchors you in the world, and some people like priests and stuff, or like even some ceremonies like they usher you towards like the other world, whatnot. So that's what I understand about the topic. But I'm not knowledgeable on the subject.
No, the thing is, I mean, I don't believe it either, but I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. I'm not gonna fucking,
I'm not gonna go fucking around with ghosts.
You know what I mean, though? Like, you don't believe in it, but I respect it. I'm not gonna buy a Ouija board and test the knowledge out. You
I
know?
love you, my child.
For example, how it's handled on games like that's why probably one of the reasons why I liked Observer, because it is like a paranormal adventure, but it is always like and things that are feasible because they are like you have ghosts and stuff, but they are like digital ghosts that are created because people like becoming digital and stuff, or becoming like more cybernetic and shit. So it's something that I can see happening in the future. And if you guys read the news about
say all the things that were
about
said.
what was it, like Microsoft making like chatbots that can take on the personalities of dead people.
Crossover, but
So-
Yeah, I saw that.
That's what I'm talking about.
still hurt like hell.
And that's funny. Now they said Observer. Observer is the same story as Cyberpunk, if you think about it, right? Loading your like subconscious into and then like loading it into someone else's mind. It's
No,
something
and in fact,
I used to think
that's where we're
everyone
going
saw
to.
the world
I mean, many
the way
people would say like, "Oh, it's prophetic" or whatnot, but it's what technology is. Technology and human nature. That's where it's pointing to. We're pointing towards
torn
like
between two
colonizing other
realities.
worlds, and we're pointing towards like attempting immortality and shit like that. So it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, I can see
No.
that.
I was the only one.
But okay, yeah, but also going back to Watch Dogs versus
So I thought.
Valhalla. The thing is, I went back to play
Bruised.
Watch Dogs 2 because I
Another
started playing
hero
Legion.
from
And I'm like,
across town.
oh yeah, I have a
No.
save file on Watch Dogs 2 that I haven't finished. So let me just finish.
Yeah.
And something happened to that save file that I lost it, so I had to start from the beginning.
This is a
But I
different
was so
world.
hooked. I only wanted to play for a couple hours just to
Okay,
compare and
I'm
stuff.
hanging up.
But I got really hooked, and I like played it and finished that during the week.
I like the characters. The characters in 2 are really colorful, dude. It's really cool.
But the thing is, you
Listen,
have like
that's all you've
three
got.
factors that game enjoyable. One, the game doesn't feel bloated, so you still have collectibles and stuff, but they're fun to collect because they
I
have
don't
like
even
challenges
know.
and puzzles that are actually worthwhile. Two, as you mentioned, the characters are they're assholes, but they are like likable assholes.
They're
Yeah.
like relatable. You could probably relate someone in your life of like being an asshole.
Exactly.
Hello?
And third,
Hello?
uh,
Shit.
the place, the location that it was located on, and this is heavily biased because I lived in San Francisco, so like
Oh yeah.
the location is actually also like it feels really like interesting to play on. Which that's the one thing that I give it to Legion to because London is also very interesting to play around. The only thing that the Legion has, besides a lot of there's a lot of gameplay changes that they made for the worse on Legion, or that they took away. But I kind of don't mind those. The thing that I really think plays against that game is that you don't have lead characters, and
Yeah.
the only lead character that you have is like this really boring person.
Is the AI pretty much is like the lead character. And if you really want a challenging game, I suggest you put on the option where like if your guy gets killed or put to jail, it's over. He doesn't come back. That
Yeah,
makes it a little more challenging. It's kind of cooler, I think, but it depends on your game.
Yeah, I am playing it like that, and I already lost a couple of my favorite operators because of that. But
And the thing is, like you gotta take advantage how like your life comes back. Like when you get shot,
Mhm.
just take cover and your life regenerates. Just take total advantage of that.
yeah, because like for example in Watch Dogs 2, I would play more recklessly because if I died, I would just reload and say checkpoint, which by the way takes forever. It feels like it takes forever.
Yeah.
But in Legion, now if you die on Legion, you're done. Your character is gone. And if you're playing with someone that you really like, it sucks. That's
Oh, I know.
that's where the system is kind of brilliant. When you like even like role play yourself and you start like giving your people roles and stuff like, this guy's gonna do this type of missions, and this guy's gonna do this type of missions, and this guy's gonna do this, and this guy's gonna do that. Like you dress them for like operations and stuff. So that's the cool part. But the thing is, they have no like good dialogue and no like the story they could be or could
And
not
off
be,
I
and the
went.
story will be no different. So
Nothing
that's
but a hunch.
They feel like shells.
A call from a
you know,
complete
that
stranger.
you don't get attached to them much.
But
So
I've
kinda get what you're
learned
saying.
to trust my
You
They
know
kinda,
what would-
they kind of become like
Something
cookie
about
cutter
this
type
guy,
of characters.
his voice.
You know what would have done?
Felt
What I
like
would have
should
done
know
to
him.
make it better? Your very
No
first
way.
operator, make it
Sure
like
seemed to
a
know me.
customizable character, like a completely character creator. Because I know at the beginning you get to pick one random character, but like
Yes.
like a customization, like a create your own character, like play a few missions like him, and then have him like retire, like be like the guy who runs the operation outside the game.
Like the
And-
fixer.
Exactly. They're like the role of the role of the AI, but like it's this
Yeah.
character that you created that still like doesn't like give the spotlight to someone, and you have like you're just playing your chess pieces.
That would be cool, actually. That's a good idea. I would have liked that.
I think that would have improved the concept a couple times better.
Yeah.
I mean, the game
Oh,
doesn't suck. The game doesn't suck. I don't hate it. I'm actually having fun. Yeah, also the setting is more
The
fun. It's more fun
Neva
driving than
Workers
just
Resort.
slogging
Right off the
around
bat,
on
I
fucking
could feel there
Valhalla.
was something off about that place.
All right. So, coming back to me, the middle, because right now I think that I'm gonna get to the point that I need to actually pay attention to the game. Uh, at least this section looks it looks good. Just the character models and the animations, they don't look good.
Hey, I'm telling you, it looks last gen, but I mean, wait till you hit like more of the creative areas, like the part where I'm at, where it kind of takes a turn for the worse in the story. You're like, whoa! You're like, what is this? So
You
you'll
want
see
to
what
keep
I'm
me out,
talking about.
Neva?
Here, it looks very, very, how you say, default, like whatever. It's gonna be like this for the
We're gonna
next,
have to
maybe
do
for the
better than
next
that.
year or so. Or maybe not. Maybe when you hit a certain part where, well,
There are actually two things that I like for what I'm seeing right now. First of all, and this is something that I want to do when I make a
Not a
game.
whole lot of people knew
The
about
fixed
Neva.
camera angles,
It used to be a
because they're very
government-owned
cinematic and
vacation
they use
resort.
like depth of
Until
field and
one day
stuff,
it just
and the framing
stopped.
on very interesting ways. So that makes the
So,
game look
an urban
artistically
legend was
beautiful.
born.
not even that,
The
dude.
Neva
That takes the
Massacre.
cue from Silent Hill because there's some
The
camera
details
parts
were
where
always
you
fuzzy.
can't see in front of you
Crazed
or around the
workers,
corner,
ancient
and like you're kind of scared to
persons.
go around.
You
You
know,
know what I'm saying?
the
Like there's
usual.
fixed
Mhm.
camera views, and there's parts where it's kind of claustrophobic. You know what I'm saying? And like these fixed camera views really help the suspense, I think, because if you had if you could control the camera, you kind of see around you, you know, so you kind of get a peripheral of what's around you, not too dangerous. But when it's fixed, you kind of can't see what's around, and it kind of creepy. Does that make sense in a way?
Yeah, yeah,
Some
yeah.
areas.
That's actually one of the things that I don't think it was completely lost, because if anything, Resident Evil 2 remake kind of proved that you can make a scary game without the fixed camera angles. But that's one of the
Right, right.
things that I missed from those games, from like old school Resident Evil and Silent Hill. That,
Oh yeah.
but like at least that, from what I've seen right now at face value, I like it. I like the fixed camera angles, and not because like, oh, I'm a purist survival horror guy, because like artistically speaking, they look pleasant on the eye. But the thing is, the character model clashes badly against them,
I
because
told you,
it
dude.
looks very next gen. It actually looks borderlines PlayStation 3, man.
I told you. It's like I said, it was like an Xbox One.
Yeah. The woods themselves look really nice. It's just that the character model is just like taking me away, man.
I know, I know. But
And,
eventually, you'll get used to it, and you'll kind of forget the character model. You'll be more absorbed in the environment.
like for example, like this, you're gonna see it in a second, because it's like you're like 15 seconds behind on the video feed. But like this right here, it looks really fucking badass. Like you have like the crossover there, like the cross in the middle of the frame, and then you have
Yeah.
like the character right here, like just looking at it, and that's kind of
The
ominous. Exactly, and that's creepy just by itself, and that's a very very like cool
What's the
framing.
thing here?
But
Hey, you take pictures, right? Why don't you take a picture of that? Take your picture there.
let's see. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna skip it. I'm probably gonna do it when I play through by myself, because taking a picture takes like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna
Oh,
take
never
forever.
mind.
Yeah, it's gonna take forever for me to.
Oh,
Plus, I don't like taking the screenshot
Can be
the,
such
the screenshots
disasters
of things that I don't frame.
no wonder history keeps biting us in the ass.
I know my cousin is gonna understand the feeling. He's a professional photographer, and he's gonna understand the feeling. I don't like taking pictures of somebody else's friend. There is one thing though that I want to point out. At the very beginning, on the map, they mentioned the Massacre. Did you know that is a real event, something that happened in reality, like in
I-
real life?
I did not, dude. No, I did not.
All right. Now that you now that you know that, and that you have seen like things that you've seen on the game, just try to like
So it's from, because I know
correlate that
this is
with
Polish. This is Polish. I know that, right? What's
yes,
going on?
fine.
Yeah, it's Poland. So okay, that's why. That's why I probably haven't heard of it, because I don't know much about Polish culture or scary stories or anything. But Since you said it's that, then shoot, it's like an urban legend, I'm guessing. So
Yeah.
I'll definitely take a look at that, dude. I like stuff like that, creepy ass stuff like that.
It's probably going to enhance the creepiness factor. And also, I heard that the game is not like per se, it's not scary. It's more like a mystery game.
It's very story driven, dude. Really story. There's some parts it's creepy. The environment it gives a good environment of creepiness. Wear headphones because you can hear a lot of stuff. It's creepy. It's not scary, Silent Hill scary, but you do get kind of pulled in with the story eventually when it starts getting darker. You'll see, dude. You're like, whoa, and then it starts being Lovecraftian almost, dude.
There is one thing that I'm going to mention right now that I know this game is gonna pull out because that's very much how Bluebear makes games, and that's one of the things that I also criticized on the server. Actually, I think that's the thing that I criticize that more than the character performances, the chase scenes. When you get chased by monsters and you are completely defenseless, that's one of the reasons why I don't like scary walking simulators like Alex, because they can become very frustrating more than scary. And,
This one has it, dude. Sorry, this one has those sad parts like that.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I wanted to mention because I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, actually, you know what? There's one way you could defend yourself. You only have limited chances, so you could defend yourself in some parts, which is kind of cool.
Thing is, this is something that I pointed out when I played Observer 2. You have games like Silent Hill that are fucking scary shit, and you still have like functioning combat. So the game can still be fun and non-frustrating. Yet, and there's this actually this I realized this last year when I replayed Silent Hill, like the complete game, Silent Hill, the original trilogy. I played them again. And this is something I realized is the fact that you never run out of ammo or like health items. And the game is actually like when it comes to combat, it's really easy. It's like almost the complete opposite of Resident Evil, even though in Resident Evil it would make more sense for the characters to have more like combat options and stuff. But it's the other way around. Like you never run out of ammo in Silent Hill, but that doesn't make the game less scary at all.
Yeah, like I always do. How do you say it? I do a lot of item maintenance in Silent Hill games, like saving my ammo. Because there's always a part where there's a boss where you just dump shells in them or bullets, and you come out like with low health items and no ammo, and you always find a way to replenish that. Replenish it.
Hello.
Side mechanic makes sense for a medium character. For like hackers, like hacker vision doesn't make sense. But yeah, I mean that's one of the reasons why I kind of like don't like where the walking simulator scary games are going. Because it's like, oh, you have to not have combat to be scary. Like, dude, just makes the game boring and frustrating. I like to press buttons.
You know what? I like both because I love out. Really, when there's no combat, it's just run away and hide. I mean, I don't mind. But like you said, like Silent Hill, survival horror, where you kind of have to, you have to know when to fight, fly, or fight. And Resident Evil, I mean, if you try to kill every zombie that's on the game, you're gonna run out of ammo. You gotta know when to, if there's enemies you can just run by and don't even care about, do it. I mean, I like those games too. I like both. Both are pretty fun.
I do like the catharsis of shooting things and like seeing zombies getting their heads blown off and stuff. I know you like these games. That's why I let you play. That's why I let you do the reviews on this. Although this is like a parenthesis. Games like this on VR is a complete different story. So just so you guys know, when it comes to walking simulators on VR, it's like the complete opposite. I love walking simulators in VR, but that's because VR is a complete different experience. It's a complete different experience. I still like shooting things more on VR, but But like, for example, games like what's the name? Oh, Here They Lie.
Which
Those
one?
games are.
Oh,
Here-
here they lie.
That game is fucking cool.
Dude, actually, you know what? I just played the Impatient for the PlayStation VR.
Hmm.
It's a prequel to what's it called? The one
Until then,
Until Dawn, dude. This is played only a few hours of it. Oh my god, it's really good.
I heard it's kind of shitty though. I don't know.
Dude, it's creepy as hell.
Yeah, but the thing is the big difference is like you are like inside the environment, so it immerses you. And the thing is like when you're playing on a screen, you are like completely outside of it. Even if the game is first person, you are completely detached of the experience.
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely, dude. And also, you know what? I also have Blood and Truth. I played a little bit of it. I should probably stream that.
Oh, you got to. That game is fucking badass, and you
Oh
can
my
finish it
God.
like in one set. You can finish it
Looks like an old.
in like 3 hours. You could probably stream the whole thing through. Like you just get like a day off or something. We can set up the whole. We can set up the whole stream.
I played for like 30 minutes, and it's really fucking good, dude. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till we stream it. So that's why I quit playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. You should stream. It's really good. It's one of. I think. I don't know if I would call it the best VR game on PlayStation, but it's very close to the best game because
What do
I
you think is
still
the best one?
I this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird my selection, but I have reasons. But I think the best game on VR, PlayStation VR is Beat Saber, and it's not even as good as PC. The only thing is in PC you have
Beat
you have
Saber.
Half-Life Alyx. Yeah, but the thing is, that's the best VR game, but for other reasons. Because the
Because
fucking
I
game is
also-
fun.
It looks fun. Actually, you know what? I want to try that next. I also have Robinson, The Journey, and the Doom VFR, which I haven't not played yet.
Doom BFR makes me quizzy. That's the only game that I cannot stomach because it has some like below 60 frames per
Something
second.
happened here.
60 frames per second sections, and the comfort options are kind of shitty. It made me quizzy. I don't know. I don't know if it will be the same for you.
Okay.
I don't know if it will be the same. And also I haven't played it. I haven't played it in a while. Right now I have like way more tolerance to VR games, so I might be able to play without any issues. But for example, I got a Iron Man VR and I haven't played
If
it
a
yet.
place had a story to
Ooh,
tell,
I should get that.
well,
Oh, here's another
I
section.
guess I was there to listen.
This actually looks really cool. I gotta give him that. This artistically looks really cool.
I told you, art direction is top notch. I love the art direction.
The girl with the white hair. I'm gonna put her closer to the camera. Let me see if I can get a shot close to the camera. Like the one on the right looks better. I won't say that it looks like next gen, but she looks better. The one on the left, she looks like kind of like generic and boring. With the white hair, like the ghostly effects, she looks more like a video game protagonist.
Right. Like Siri.
Yeah. Although I'm gonna be honest, and this is not like a shit on the developers because this is their vision, and I am on board for it. It's completely unnecessary.
Dead. Like everything else in this place.
Just done like the Silent Hill thing and just like switch to the other world, and have you solve the puzzles that way, and then coming back to the real world, and it would still accomplish the same thing.
The place felt.
Actually, that happens.
soaked in
There's a
misery.
way that you could go to the real world
Figures, I guess.
and the spirit realm, whatever that is,
Thousand
in full
years of
screen.
history doesn't
Because
just happen.
I hated this
It's
at first because
painful.
I really wanted the full screen
But
of the
even
other
in
world,
the
the
deepest
Oddly world. 'Cause,
darkness,
I mean, split screen
light
is kind of
and
distracting to
wonder.
me. I can't see the
Lonely.
detail of that demon world, or
Fragile.
spirit world. But eventually, you
Waiting
get
for
full
someone
screens
to
of both,
embrace
which is
it.
good. You see the full detail of everything. Eventually. Because if it was
But
like
I
this the whole
absorbed
time,
the
I wouldn't be a
energy.
big
I
fan of it
wondered
because it's
who
kind
it was
of
that
like
left
it's
it
kind of hard to
behind.
focus on both. Does that make
A
sense?
dying
Detail.
soldier whispering the name of his beloved. Or maybe
It's
just
kind
glad to
of
be done with this
disorienting.
world.
Mhm. You should put on the option where you could see your life meter and also your power meter.
Okay. Well, so I think I get this here. So, you-
Because right now, you only know how much power you have is by the
sorry.
light by your arm. Okay, well, show HUD. Yeah, I think it's that.
What's that? Hold on, just get this stuff. I'm playing with the Xbox Elite V2 controller, and the controller is, besides two fatal flaws, the controller is probably one of the best controllers I've used.
Okay.
The only thing is, it has like some like extremely awful drift, like some of the worst drift. Even it is. I actually wouldn't say it's worse than
In
the
any
Switch.
case,
Now that I think about it, it's probably just as
I
bad.
figured I could use it. Energy's
'Cause
energy.
here you gotta go to
right?
that power outlet and you gotta hold down the R trigger, and you're gonna do like a little power up, and then when you let go, it leaves like a little black
Oh,
ball of
so
black.
that worked.
There you
good
go.
for
You
you,
see your spirit
Marion.
meter. You need.
These powers
Wait
of
to
mine,
recharge my batteries.
as much of a pain in the ass as they were, they did come in handy
Heard
sometimes.
enough. It's funny. I did the same thing. Let me go back and charge up just in case. I did the same thing. But no, don't worry. It's gonna disappear. It's gonna be a waste of time.
Okay, then thank you, because I was going that way.
Because I did the same thing. I'm like, I don't want to let this charge go to waste. I went back and charged up too. But yeah, right when you leave to that door, you're gonna hit back to the real realm and you lose your charge.
You know what? Now that I think about it, actually, I think this game would look better on. And this is gonna sound stupid, especially as a PC gamer. People who are listening to me will say like, "Give me your PC your PC gamer credentials." But hear me out. I think that this game works better at lower frame rates. Probably not 20 runs like shit, but
Be
like 30 frames
unbearable.
per
That's
second.
unbearable.
At 30 frames per second, I think it works.
It'll work if this was a fast action first person shooting game. 30 seconds would not work, and you need 60.
No.
This is not a fast paced
So
game.
there I
You do
was,
get chased, but
existing
not to the
in
point that
two
you need smooth,
worlds,
buttery
but never
gameplay
really
to
living
dodge
in
the
either.
monster or nothing. So it's fine. But if it was like a fast paced game where I need to do headshots and like move around, then you need more than 30. But for this game, it's more like it's more artsy. You know, you don't need fast moving screens or nothing. So I kind of see why you don't need 60. Just make it look better.
And it also makes the gameplay look more like a movie. And I know I'm saying like probably all the wrong words, and I myself hate myself for saying those. But if it kind of like looks more like a movie than a game. So and I think that's one of the reasons why they went with this aesthetics instead of first person like other games. So I kind of understand the vision and kind of like understand why they were aiming at 30 frames per second on PC, because that's what they were. The specs they published was for 30 frames per second gaming, but at the same time, on the other side, on the flip side, the fact that the port is so shit is unacceptable. I should be able to play it at 120 frames per second if I want, because it doesn't look like a power game.
Right?
Oh,
It wouldn't be something that'll burn your,
What
your
happened to
graphics
you?
card or something, no?
Exactly. So like, it shouldn't be like a game that wants a 3090 RTX card. So
No, right. It's the next Crisis. Like, can it run Crisis? Can it run Medium?
exactly, like, can you run medium? But like for example, like these things, I like the framing is really good. Actually, when I make my game, if I ever go around making it, if I ever come about making my game, this is how I want to make it. I want to make it with cinematic frame, not pre-rendered backgrounds per se, because I want uh, crazy light effects and shit. But but I want it to look like this, like cinematic, like having like the camera guide you to like where you should go and how you should look at and stuff like that.
Or the thing is, I like it when the camera looks like something is watching you through its eyes. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons. That's actually one of the reasons why I took on virtual photography, because I want to learn all the the theory behind picture composition and shit. Because of that, and also I already told my cousin, when I make a game, I'm gonna like contract him to help me with photography direction and stuff like that, cinematography and all that. But it's gonna have combat. It's gonna have a lot of combat and a lot of blood and
It has some gore actually. This game does have gore, kind of. Believe it or not.
but not gore caused by me. That's the difference.
Yeah, this is not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre gore, but it has some parts.
It's not Doom.
No, it's not Doom. By far not Doom. You're not going to ripping monsters' head.
Rip and tear.
Yeah.
But like this, for example, like this camera, like the one on the upper view.
This is what I'm talking about. It's like something is watching me. This is what I'm talking about. I like this.
Yeah, and for example, this camera, when you feel like when you feel like someone is watching you, this is something that they couldn't do on like games like Resident Evil, like old school Resident Evil, because the backgrounds were pre-rendered, so they were some like pseudo like this, but kind of looks shit and kind of looks janky. Endearing because we all love those games, but this is something that Silent Hill did. Although not at this level, because like things like depth of field and like foreground objects and all that wasn't like technology wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
But,
they have no resources.
yeah, but for example, if you pay attention, if you recall, the cameras on old school Resident Evil, especially everything before Code Veronica, that has like pre-rendered backgrounds that were very static.
Hmm. Yeah, of course.
And like when you switch screens, you even have like the microsecond loading time and stuff like that. It's because like things could not be dynamic. Even you know what game even had that Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 7, and 8 and 9
That's all
for that matter.
pre-rendered. Yeah,
What the?
it's all hand drawn
Are you
stuff,
Neva?
and they just put like how do you say collision parts around
The
the
aura
hand
in
drawn
that
stuff.
place.
If that makes sense. Or not
I've
hand
seen
drawn.
others like it, but never this
Yeah, it's all pre-rendered.
intense.
Do you want to know even one crazier shit?
Memories.
Crazier stuff that was just discovered recently?
And none of them good.
Resident Evil 1, the remake, not the one on PS1, the one on the remake on, I think the GameCube version, not the HD remasters. If I don't know, I don't recall exactly which one, but it has ray tracing.
Really, the GameCube one? I had that one.
It has ray tracing, not reflection, ray tracing, global illumination. That's something that was discovered recently because somebody like dumped the game on an emulator, and they run like different like graphic rendering modes, and they discovered that it has ray tracing global illumination.
I have that game in storage in Sacramento on my GameCube and that game. If I get it, dude, we should stream the GameCube one with my like capture card to see if it works, which probably won't. It uses what's it called? It doesn't have DMI or nothing.
I'm here. No, there's definitely something.
Oh, use your senses.
Trust
Use your
me.
senses and look
You
around.
made
that
the
thing.
right
There
call
you go.
sending me.
Focus on that. You get a
Yes,
backstory there.
it's only a matter of time. I'm here. No, there's definitely something. Trust me. You
Let's
made
stay
the
on for
right
a second,
call
so I
sending
want to
me.
hear what you guys say.
Yes. It's only a matter of time.
Even the objects here had auras. When I touched them, I could sense
Also,
their
a tip.
stories,
Keep in mind
words, images,
the names you're gonna hear.
feelings
Because
left
there's gonna
behind.
you're gonna see what players are in the game or on what's going on. So make sure you kind of focus on the names of the people that you hear in the story. It'll make much more sense.
It's old PC games, an old series of PC games called Siberia.
Siberia.
Yeah, I probably don't
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, do you
I
remember
heard.
it?
I've seen that game. I have never played it, but there's Siberia 1 and 2, I
I
think, right?
sense something.
I think it's even like, I think even like part 5 came out on Xbox One not too long ago. But
I've seen the thumbnails, but I never was interested in it. Why is it? Are they good?
so I couldn't tell if they're good or not. This game feels like those games.
Ah, I see what you're talking about. Okay, okay, okay. Even the
Because
protagonist looks like her, right?
yeah, and it would make a lot of sense because those are the type of games that are like very popular with like Europe people.
This game is good to explore everything because you get like little notes and backstory and everything else. And make sure you go to the other side of the parking lot here.
Considering the fact that I cannot sprint, I think that I won't be able to accomplish my goal of finishing
That's
today.
the funny part because you learn how to sprint like when you need to. You need to run for your life. It's like this is how you sprint. Like why couldn't I do that before to pick up shit?
It's like
You will. You will.
I know what they do that and it's for a scummy reason. It's because that's padding the game time, the gameplay time.
The funny thing is that you kind of jog. You do the Mass Effect 1 jog.
The
You know what I'm
power
talking about?
power
You do
walking.
like yeah the power walk. You know what I'm talking about? You do
Yeah.
like the little like the power walk. Yeah, that's what it is.
Speaking of the Mass Effect trailer is dropping on next month. Are you picking it up?
Oh, of course, dude. Yeah, I would definitely love to play those again, especially in HD and all that. Of course, I'll definitely pick that up.
The only way that I would pick it up, and I know you're gonna be like, yes, but I'm gonna explain why. The only way that I'm gonna pick it up is if they revamp like on an almost remake level Mass Effect 1. If they revamp Mass Effect 1 to be like a complete different game with different mechanics and stuff, and like
So
closer
if,
to Mass Effect 2 even, that's the only reason I would pick it up again.
because the thing is, I like exactly what you said. Because I mean, 1 is clunky as all hell, but it was made in God knows when, so I understand it. But it's so clunky, and I know that if you want to play 2 and 3, you want to start with part 1 to get your character from all of.
Oh yeah. I actually about a year and a half ago. When did I make this PC? 2019 when I made this PC. I played the trilogy again, and and pretty much I modded it so much
Now, what's a
that I played the remaster. I'm pretty sure that I have a very good idea how the remaster is
doubling
gonna
as a
look.
spare bedroom, apparently.
But
Plus, you platinum all of it, didn't you? Didn't you platinum each one of them?
yeah, I platinum the trilogy.
It's like what do you have left to play, dude?
Exactly.
Like,
I played
oh,
thousands
yeah,
of
man.
hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
I played thousands of hours, and I have done everything that I can do on the game. So
yeah, you don't have much to do unless just go back to it and it's the nostalgia factor. But yeah, you did everything.
yeah, so that's the only reason why I wouldn't pick it up, and because part 1 it doesn't matter what modding you do, that game is clunky as fuck. You can make it look decent because you can even make look because like 2 and 3 you can mod it in such a way that it will look very convincing for like a PS4 game. For example, you can have like high definition texture packs. You can have like high definition models and stuff. I had like this. I'm gonna see if I have some screenshots so I can show you. But I had
Actually,
what?
Go back to the car. Go back to the car. I will save you a lot of time.
Okay.
Because since you can't run, go back to the car now. Because otherwise you're gonna do the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, as you were saying.
I was gonna say I was gonna say that I had like a female shepherd that looked like the the renders on the. Oh, here, wait.
Hope you don't mind.
Look at the car
if I,
and look to the left.
Yeah,
Left of it.
to open
There you
the
go.
well, right?
Yes, sir. Boom. Otherwise, you would have went all and you can't run. So that's why I was
Okay, good catch.
Not
Thank you.
much here.
like, thank you.
Although, this could come in handy.
All right.
Ow! Shit!
Why?
What the hell?
Exactly. Why did that? Ghost. Come on, dudes. Why did it sound anyways? Because I don't think the battery's even working.
No one
I know,
here.
but look if you look inside the car, again. It's kind of a little bit cool. But you look inside the car and then use your inspection.
Where was
Someone
there?
touched the
Oh.
horn. Ah,
Holy
I
shit.
got that on
They're
my
like,
yeah.
shit, somebody did pull a prank on me. Motherfucking ghosts.
Exactly. So yeah, go ahead then. Did you get an achievement yet? I don't think it shows on the stream.
No, I probably have, but I have it. I'm offline right now, so they're gonna
Oh,
pop up
okay.
once I connect back on.
Oh my god, you probably would have had 10 by now, dude. 10 achievements.
I probably could have like completed the achievement list and I'm done with it.
Dude.
Okay,
your
guys.
gamer scores would go up high.
Okay, guys, this is all for the stream tonight. The game is over. So I was listening on your video, the video that you put up earlier that they give you like you get an achievement for getting an achievement, so something like that. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know it's mandatory for them to have achievements and trophies, but these are the type of games that you don't play for the achievements, because it doesn't require any like type of like
No thinking, no. Because you know, if you're an achievement hunter, okay, I'm gonna do this, and you focus trying to get an achievement by playing over and over. This one just play through the game and you get the achievement. It's very kickback, dude.
And the thing is, for example, you could say like, oh, I can give you an achievement for like a speed runner or something like that. But the thing is, you cannot even jog. So
This first
you
part,
get and it feels like they are padding a lot. They are padding a lot of the environments and stuff, just to make the gameplay artificially longer. So this it's not even. My point is that it's not even a speed run film. It's not like for example Resident Evil 1 that you can optimize routes and stuff like that to like play fast.
oh yeah.
Here's
yeah.
like you gotta like solve the same puzzles, like going from one way to the other of the.
Or how about like the Dark Souls or Demon Souls when they do like half an hour runs naked?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like incredible.
Like have you seen this guy that completed Hitman? Like the complete game, I don't even know how they completed the entire
Anybody
Hitman
in
in 30 seconds.
No, I seen a guy complete the first level in like 5 seconds.
Locked.
See that one? Or he
Obviously.
complete the first
There's
was it
gotta
Dubai,
be another way.
the biggest building, whatever.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, oh my god, dude, it's like wow, it's really impressive actually. And he did it without getting caught, without being
I think
like
there's a broken window up
anything.
there.
No,
If only I could reach it.
I could imagine that. I bet somebody could beat it. Or I mean,
Yeah. There's a full playthrough of that is 30 seconds long. There is one thing that I don't understand. I don't think anyone would mind if she just like cracks one window open. I don't think anyone
So
would
began
complain.
the great dumpster
Oh.
heist of 1999.
you don't think security's gonna come take her away?
Yeah, like hey, stop committing vandalism. I know loitering, whatever they do. Nobody's gonna give a shit. In fact, in fact, this is so old and dilapidated that I'm even surprised that the windows are still functioning, or still like.
Yeah, I'm surprised that not like I say demolition like.
There's a bunch of places like this in Europe, Eastern Europe, because after communism and shit, like they just abandoned buildings and stuff and they just left them like that. That's something like when I went to Romania. I was telling my friend that I wanted to like if I ever came to go if I ever went to live there, I wanted to like do urban exploration. Because they have a
starting to
lot of
get tired of
factories
your
and
shit,
hospitals and stuff
Ava.
that are like completely abandoned.
You
They've been abandoned
better
for
be
like
worth
years and
it.
years.
Those are scary. I mean, they're all tagged with graffiti and probably like people do drugs. I don't.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would do it now because I've become more or less there nowadays. But probably 5 years ago I would have.
It's just dangerous. You don't know who you could come across with in there.
Yeah, low lives and shit like that.
Yeah, just people, addicts. People are just out of their minds, dude. It's like,
It would be a shame if somebody broke the window and just walked through.
all right, dude, I gotta jump to the other stream. I mean, I'll leave you here. So now you're in the motel. Now it's gonna get a little interesting. So you're gonna check this out. All right.
Cool, thanks, buddy. I'm going here for the long run, so once you're over there, if you want to jump back, just let me know.
Sure, sure. All right. If
I-
anybody, go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, what I was gonna say that I'm just gonna leave the Discord on, so if you just want to jump back in, you
Oh,
just
perfect. Okay.
send say hi or something because I don't want to be in the scary section and be like, hey, something like that'll be fun
Okay,
actually. Not
right. I know. Make my own jump scare. Ooh. But
all right.
yeah. So I'm gonna jump off for a bit and still keep on watching the stream because here's where we get more interesting. The plot thickens a little bit here. So yeah, keep on watching and I'll be back. All right, buddy.
All right. Have fun, dude.
No problem, man. Peace.
Peace.
So it's true.
Right.
Eva massacre.
So now it's time to get
To find
to
this
focus
Thomas
more on the
guy and
game
get the
because
hell
right
out
now
of
I was on autopilot, just like racing through. Because I was more focused on the conversation, but well, it's time to focus on the game and try to get this through. If not, I'm not gonna finish it in one set. And that will roll us up because if I don't finish it. Oh, there you go. Now we're running. Okay, now we're prancing. That's good.
Hello?
Yeah.
Anyone? Thomas? You there?
It's funny though that she's like a medium and she sees ghosts and shit, and she gets scared of ghosts. Environments are really nice though. But this is something that I also saw I've also seen in games like Layers of Fear, for example, and of course Observer. And something I pointed out many times in that stream that the human models is they need more people. They need more people to work on their human characters on their because like the environmental artists they're really good. Like the people that makes the environments are really talented. And I can say the same for Observer and for the other games that I play. All the environmental details are just really good. But when it comes to character animations and character modeling and stuff, it steps behind, and they clash really bad. They clash really bad against the rest of the game because like everything else looks high quality. So like um So like having like the low definition models is just now I need to plug my headsets in because I think that they might run out of use.
Hello? Thomas? Easy, Marianne. It's just a good old-fashioned haunted hotel. Calm your ass down and answer the bell.
Come on, Thomas. Sorry, boys. I was checking just making sure that I wasn't missing anyone in chats. Let's go answer that now. The sound design is also really good. Like, so far. If I remember correctly, this is something similar that we saw on Observer. That we have to like we kind of learn the name of the residents and stuff of the building that we were exploring. I totally forgot about the names of people now. Of course, that's been like a year and a half. So what's next? What's happening next for the stream? We are thinking for the Friday stream.
You startled me.
I did, didn't I? You look real scared. I'm Sadness.
She looks from the place.
Marianne. Sadness. Is that your name? I mean, you seem pretty cheerful to me.
Well, it's what I remember. My friends used to call me by a different name. But I don't remember what it was.
Your friends.
Oh yeah, I used to have a lot of friends here. But they're all gone now.
Did something happen to them?
I don't really want to talk about it.
That's okay.
She's muted right now.
Do you live here? All by yourself?
You wouldn't believe how boring it gets sometimes.
I can imagine. This place must have been...
Oh yes, so busy. People coming and going all the time. Always someone to play with.
Must have been nice.
It was. Not anymore.
So, tell me, what happened?
I remember. People stopped coming. Only a few of them stayed. But they became very sad. Very angry. They might hurt you.
Thanks. But I can take care of myself. Hey, I was wondering, have you seen...
Marianne,
Yes.
would you play with me? Just for a little while. It's been so long since I played with anyone.
Oh, okay. But I need your help first.
Yes. Yes! Anything,
I'm
Marianne!
looking for a man. Thomas. Do you know him?
Let me think. I've heard that name before. Somewhere.
Take your time.
Oh yeah. The second floor. We can look there. Come on. Hurry,
Oh,
Marianne.
wait! I can't go that way! Damn. I need to get up there somehow.
The character model itself looked kind of creepy, but the acting was the cheerful acting kind of pulled me out. Just like
Hey.
what she said.
An elevator. Might as well see if it works.
From
Sadness. I wished I
What?
knew her real name. Shit. Okay, Marianne, just take a deep breath and...
I mean, what do you expect?
let go. There. A fuse box. Need some energy to spark it up.
I don't know where to press that button to It's definitely the next.
Gotta move fast. An out-of-body experience. It's like taking a plunge into nothingness. Stay under for too long and it just pulls you in.
See? It is degrading. See that? Yeah, so we can die. Now we realize we can die. So we gotta be fast now.
elevator. Might as well see if it works. Sadness. I wished I knew her real name. Shit. Okay, Marianne, just take a deep breath and...
So let's
let
remain.
go. Gotta move fast. An out-of-body experience. It's like taking a plunge into nothingness. Stay under for too long and it just pulls you in.
Performance is so bad that I feel that I'm going to cancel them.
Okay, Marianne. Now get your ghostly ass back and power up that elevator.
Do that for starters because I thought I was gonna lose the charge. But it seems that I didn't.
There.
What I
Fuse
want.
box. Need some energy to spark it up.
Ghost electricity. Give it a drop. So that's how they keep the elevator running, right? Ghost power. Ghost electricity. Ghost electricity.
Okay. Now where did she go? Huh.
Yeah.
What is that?
You already showed me the shield, so I figure that I'm going to use it. What's this one? I think I wasted that.
Okay. Not getting through here.
Yeah. Getting there, I'm not getting through there yet. Spear
Holy
shield.
shit. I didn't even know I could do that.
This goes Danny Phantom. She actually does look like a Danny Phantom that now that I think about it. A ghost. She's got ghost DNA. This place does look kind of creepy. It looks kind of cool. And this has like a little bit of a Silent Hill vibe.
Sadness?
A little bit, not that much. It was nothing like this. Yep, realities. And yeah, the split screen sections are interesting, but I do understand Charlie when he said they're kind of distracted.
Yes. I'm
I'm
working.
not gonna say that I dislike him. I actually,
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
I'm okay with him.
Yes. I understand. Just give me some time. A few days. You'll get what you want.
Ugh, that voice. I don't know why, but it gives me shivers. Looks like the only way. Great.
Stupid. It's just stupid.
What the fuck was that? This room. It feels cold. Memories of grief, loneliness.
That's why she's called sad movies.
The spark's too weak to absorb. It's like it's missing something. Some objects soak up moments from the past. Just squeeze in the right spot and let it pour out.
Remember me.
Ah, sunflower weary of time. For my favorite nurse.
Oh, Mr. Tarkovsky, you shouldn't have.
You
Please. It's the least I can do for all the good work you do around here.
Silly, you shouldn't.
An actual happy memory. So there's more to this place than just doom and gloom.
Ah, sunflower weary of time. For my favorite nurse.
Oh, Mr. Tarkovsky, you shouldn't have.
Please. It's the least I can do for all the good work you do around
Don't
here.
like the voice acting. And then again, just as I mentioned, an
An
observer.
old prescription.
Not the
I
game
know
acting,
these drugs
because once we get to the
all
Troy
too
Workers
well.
Baker sections, the voice acting quality is gonna pick up, but the fucking direction is so cheesy. So you're gonna change this now?
The spark's too weak to absorb. It's like it's missing something. Idiot! Useless old hag! Why would he care any more than the others? It's more than grief. More than despair. This letter crushed her spirit.
You're probably wondering why I would write this letter instead of expressing myself direct. The reason I'm afraid is painfully simple. I'm writing this because I'm a coward. Because I couldn't bring myself to look you in the eye and say what I meant to be said. What must be said. Because the mere thought of breaking the heart of someone so delicate, so fragile, is simply more than I could do. Ursula, my dearest Ursula, this past few months have brought joy to my heart. You know you are here therefore, to feel our friendship blossom. And yet, that is all it can be. Friendship. Close, pure, true, but never more. Please try to understand being this close, this exposed to someone is never that easy. Life and its struggles have left me changed, damaged, in ways you can possibly comprehend. You deserve someone to hold you, to share life's tears and search with you. How I wish I could be the person, but I am not. Words cannot express my regret as I know deep in my heart. This marks the end of our friendship. Please forgive me forever. Right. That's how cheesy they sound. That's how cheesy they sound. This weird. That shadow beds really weird.
Shit. It's
Shit.
falling apart. Looks like I'm in for another dive. Is that skin?
Just to make sure we got enough time.
Oh, God. I hate this.
Thank you for the jump scare, you assholes. I was promised no jump scares. I didn't get startled, to be honest, but that's the that takes points away from me.
This thing isn't a razor, it's guilt, shame, regret. If only I had something sharp.
That's right. That kind of looks gross. That is kind of gross. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that was disturbingly satisfying.
I do, I do agree. I do agree, Ghost Lady, Danny Phantom Mode. It was totally and disturbingly satisfying. Indeed. Okay. So,
This could be useful. The light of a memory strong enough to defy this place.
okay. That's Killing Opus sound. The kind of music, kind of environmental sounds that are playing right now. That's Akira Yamaoka. He can make games disturbing. He's got like that signature. And I don't know if it's that's kind of like biased because I don't know if it's like Silent Hill triggering when I hear that, or just because he's like that. So pretty much, what I'm saying is, what came first, the egg or the egg or the chicken?
You... I know you're there. Wish I had the strength to cut you out. You don't deserve to exist. You're nothing!
There have been times when I thought about ending it all. But I was too afraid that a part of me would go on, trapped on the other side. Forever.
So let's bring the flower back to a pepper pot. Although there is that one memory that is pending now, so I don't know if
There. Now it's strong enough.
found my Nico. That's good. So we're charging on Danny Phantom Power. Can I see if by using my Danny Phantom Power with this, the ghosts there, I'll get something cool with that one. This game kind of makes me want to play Silent Hill. Silent Hill 3 to be more specific. But again, it might be just the fact that the Akira Yamaoka is kind of like triggering um, Silent Hill memories. So,
You want me to read you another one, darling? Oh, look at this mess. Don't worry, I'll clean you up in no time. I'm here for you, my love.
This man, Tarkovsky, he ended up as her patient?
I think that I forgot where I was supposed to use my Danny Phantom powers. I'll second, so now I can go without the flip. Turn, 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 turn. There you go. The left character, the left girl, looks. The character model looks very boring. Much more. I'm not shitting on again the artist and stuff, but there's something that makes her look very generic and boring. The one on the right though looks more interesting. Not saying that she's like 10 times better, but the character looks more interesting. I mean, they are a step up from Observer. I can tell. Well, at least this girl is a step up from Observer, but the walking animation is odd. There's something about it. It feels really like PlayStation 2 graphics. Swedish. Oh, that's why she sat. She sat most.
Like moths to a flame.
Although something that I guess it is, I wish there was a Silent Hill that looked like this. Of course, with better character models. In fact, the character models on Silent Hill is something that I wanted to mention. And I promise this is the last time I criticize the character models. It is not. I don't want to shit on these guys, as I mentioned, and I mentioned this on my observer stream too. I am rooting for these guys. I do believe they can achieve great things. So I hope they stick up to their projects, and I hope this game is successful enough for them to continue to make what they want to make. And I really wish the next game they make is just like on another level. I hope they evolve from this. To be honest, the criticisms are very minimal. The biggest criticism that I have, and this is something very subjective that only applies to me, is the gameplay. I don't like this type of games without combo. Although so far the game has been interesting. I won't say it's been fun, it's been like a thrill, but the game has been interesting so far. But that being said, the character models in Silent Hill on the Silent Hill games, and I'm talking about Silent Hill on PS2. Some people even there's some people even made a meme about it. They compare Heather with this model. It was like, dude, Silent Hill pulled this better on PS2 generation. It's insane though. When it comes at least to like technical prowess, you can compare probably this girl's character model has more polygons than the entirety of Silent Hill 2 the game. So it is insane that they say that. PBR, for example, PBR pipelines and stuff like that, things like that didn't exist then. But the thing and this is where these guys need to learn or grow, is making interesting characters. I won't say it's like a Japanese versus Western kind of thing, because there is a shitload of interesting characters made by Western artists. They are just like your everyday men, and they are just interesting and memorable. Ah, we're back to here. I know what we have. These guys, they need a new somebody. They need some like probably even I might say they might even need some Japanese talent to create characters that are memorable. Because, for example, not only Heather, because Heather has like a very specific look, and that's what I'm talking. It actually goes to show. He has a very specific look that makes her memorable. It's part of the character. But
This thing looks strong.
for example, this character, the guy from Silent Hill 4, Henry Townshend, he's like the most boring looking character, and he's like the most boring looking person. But he is even memorable. You can even think about, and there's something that also very specific about that guy, and I think I mentioned that in the past. I feel related to that guy because I even look like physically look like that guy when that game launched. And also I suffered from Minaki Komori and stuff like that, so I could relate to him. So that I might be BS, but the thing is, still, if you show like a picture of the main character from Silent Hill 4 to someone who just like has passing knowledge of Silent Hill, they will recognize it right away. This girl doesn't have that. There is something that makes her very forgettable. So they need someone with a little bit more vision, I'd
Old
say.
invoices.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want. I
Outdated
don't want to. I don't
documents.
want to shit on developers. Some love
Wonder
developers.
why someone put them out here.
But on the other side, of things, the environments are chef kiss. I honestly hope somebody makes a Silent Hill game that looks like this. That the environments look like this.
Manager, huh?
They look very,
Okay.
very good.
Sadness. We gotta stop meeting like this.
That little girl,
to follow
she
me.
has an interesting character.
Take it easy, Sad. This place is huge. It's easy to get lost.
Just stick with me.
Okay. I'll stick like a tick.
You're funny.
This Thomas Rekovich.
What?
Oh, right. Listen, hun. You said you remembered someone named Thomas. Was it Thomas Rekovich? Was he the manager here?
Looks like these are kind of
I
gross.
guess.
You think he stuck around?
That
I'm not
leafy stuff
sure.
on the cactus. They
There
look kind of
was
gross.
an old man here, very recently, I think. Oh,
The little girl, she is interesting. She's very interesting.
I don't
I
know.
like that character more.
Old men all look the same, all wrinkly and old. Blah.
Hey, that's not very nice. Well, if he's still around, I've got an infestation to report.
Marianne, I feel. I don't think we should be here.
It's okay, Sadness. Look, there's no one here. Sadness? It all hit me as soon as I entered the room. Anguish. Fear. Longing.
But I can't. Oh, that's
What
why.
the hell happened here? It still works. Someone's been using it.
Yeah, she told me that somebody just visited the place, dude. Of course it's gonna work.
Too small to fit a door. Someone jotted this down recently. Burn marks, broken glass, and... is that salt? My senses jolted as I touched the phone. I could tell it had been used recently. To call me.
B. We receive a call from the other side, bro. Oh, that looks nice. Bro, that looks wow.
Grand opening, I assume. Hey, is that the first secretary? They must have had some big plans for this place.
Then the left